evening, you're watching 7 at 7. I am Preeti Chaudhary. Let me quickly run you through the headlines. All eyes on Andhra Pradesh. Naidu stakes claim to form government. Sources say power star Pawan Kalyan wants deputy CM post. Odisha gets its first BJP chief minister, tribal face Mohan Majhi, to be the new chief minister of the state. Prabhati Pravida and Shri KV Singh to be sworn in as his deputies. Modi Sarkar 3.0 kicks off. Top Modi mantris from Amit Shah and Jai Shankar to Nadda and Shivraj Chauhan take charge. NDA partners also assume office. Sandalwood murder shocker. Popular Kannada actor Darshan and his wife arrested for murder. Autopsy says victim was hit with metal objects. CCTV images show actor's car where victim was. Anger over NEET spills onto the streets as students protest. Supreme Court questions integrity of NEET. Sends notice to National Testing Agency. Gandhi siblings Rahul and Priyanka return to their family bastions to thank voters. Rahul reiterates constitution attack. Also says Uttar Pradesh voted against hate. Shantanu Sinha takes a U-turn on sexual misconduct allegations against Malviya. Says he was only warning him against falling for any honey trap. Accuses Congress of maligning Malviya's image. Odisha has finally got itself its first BJP chief minister. Mohan Majhi, a four-time MLA and key tribal face in the state, has been chosen as the BJP government's chief minister in Odisha, ending over 2 decades of Naveen Patnaik's rule. Majhi will have 2 deputies, KV Singh Deo and Prabhati Parida. The swearing-in ceremony for the new government will be held tomorrow.
Prathame Jagatara Natha जगन्नाथ ओडिशार आराध्य देवता महाप्रभु जगन्नाथ को मोर कोटि कोटि नमस्कार एवं प्रणाम जनाऊँगी एवं आज जो दीर्घ 24 वर्षर शासन थिला तार परिवर्तन होईची एवं लोक माने जो आशा एवं आकांक्षा एवं ओडिशार विकास पई जेबड़ी भाव में भारतीय जनता पार्टी प्रति आस्था प्रकट करिसंती निश्चित भाव में भारतीय जनता पार्टी आगामी दिन में ताकू संपूर्ण भाव में पूरण करने सहित ओडिशा को भारत वर्ष रे 1 नंबर राज्य में परिणत करने निश्चित भाव में आज संकल्प नौछि।
मुख्यमंत्री ने कहा कि बेहतर यह होगा कि श्री उप मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में श्री केवी सिंह देव जी और श्रीमती प्रभाती परिडा इनके नाम की भी यही घोषणा कर दी जाए। तो मुख्यमंत्री जी की सहमति से इन नामों की भी घोषणा की है।
My colleague Suryagni joining us live from Bhubaneswar for more. Suryagni, tell us a bit about the new chief minister that Odisha has to be anointed and taking oath tomorrow with 2 deputies.
Well, Preeti, Majhi, he is... he's Mohan Majhi. He is just 52. And at 52, he is one of the youngest chief ministers of Orissa. Now he's considered to be a very, loyalist of the BJP and RSS man. He was the former MLA of Keonjhar from 2000 to 2009, and even from 2019 onwards, he's been winning that seat. He is stepping into the shoes of Naveen Patnaik, who's been there for 24 years. So the BJP wanted someone who can, take everyone along. All the sides along and, move forward, take the state of Orissa forward. And that's the reason why someone like Majhi was, selected by the entire legislative body that met just a while back. And as you mentioned, there are 2 deputy chief ministers, Prabhati Pravida and KV Singh Deo. Both of them will be, 2 deputy chief ministers. If you just look at this entire combination. Majhi is a tribal face. Deo is from a royal family, and Pravita is a Pravati is a woman. So it's a combination. It's a very good combination which caters to all the communities in Odisha, and the reason why Mohan Majhi was selected, what we do understand is that it's because of his relations with everyone in the party, an old timer, a loyalist, and an RSS man. Back to you.
All right, Suryagni, thank you for joining us. Trust India Today to get you all the latest that is going to come in from Odisha, where BJP's first Chief Minister takes oath along with his two deputies. With that, let's quickly move on. Andhra Pradesh is also set for a new political dawn to welcome Naidu Garu as its Chief Minister at the Shubh Muhuratam of 11:27 a.m. tomorrow. Preparations underway for the mega swearing-in ceremony. Prime Minister Modi will also attend, and the countdown is officially on.
After painting the town yellow, Chandrababu Naidu is all set to take oath. Andhra Pradesh, after giving a resounding mandate, is now set to turn Naidu Nadu. On Wednesday at 11:27 a.m., Naidu will be taking oath as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. In a joint meeting with allies Janasena and the BJP, Naidu was named as the chosen one.
ఈ రోజున సైబరాబాద్ ఉంది అంటే అది శ్రీ చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారి దార్శనికత. ఎన్డీఏ కూటమి తరపు నుంచి ముఖ్యమంత్రి అభ్యర్థిగా శ్రీ నారా చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారి పేరుని జనసేన పార్టీ పక్షాన నుంచి మేము బలపరుస్తున్నాం.
Naidu has reiterated that his priority number one will be Amravati.
మన రాజధాని అమరావతి, అమరావతి రాజధాని, విశాఖపట్నం ఆర్థిక రాజధానిగా, ఒక ప్రత్యేకమైన సిటీగా.
Meanwhile, preparations are underway for mega swearing-in ceremony that Prime Minister Modi will be attending.
We are also looking forward for that. Amit Shah ji is coming this evening, and Honorable Prime Minister is coming tomorrow morning, and we have a message from Eknath Shinde ji that he would be here. Yogi ji, we were expecting him, but because of some unforeseen problem, he had to stay back.
Both the leaders are talking with each other. I'm sure it's not a question of what do we really sit down to talk only about the post. It's about how we share our responsibilities in governing the state. And part of that is definitely the ministerial cabinet that is going to be formed. So hopefully by this evening, by 6:30 or 7, I think there'll be a lot more clarity.
Questions loom, however, on who will get what in the Naidu cabinet. Sources have told India Today that majority of the berths will be reserved for TDP.
Telugu Desam Party led Janasena and Bharatiya Janata Party leaders are in talks regarding the seat sharing. 25 ministerial berths here for Andhra Pradesh cabinet. Who will make the cut? The Janasena, according to sources, has asked for 3 to 4 seats, while the BJP will hold 2 seats in the Andhra Pradesh cabinet.
But the biggest buzz is over power star turned power neta Pawan Kalyan and whether he will be named as the Deputy Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. Kalyan's party, Janasena, has scored 100% strike rate and bagged all 21 seats that they contested, and there's been endless speculation on what Pawan Kalyan's role will be in Team Naidu.
Superstar, power star, Pitapuram MLA, Janasena Chief, Deputy CM?
I don't know. You're talking to me, maybe too many titles are there, which I don't. For me, it is like, I'm Pawan Kalyan, and whatever life gives me, comes to me, I'll do it, whatever best I could.
So you're not denying it, sir?
No, not Deputy CM, no, we're not thinking about it. As on now, I think it will take us 2-3 more days, and we'll think about the state issues and how the power sharing and all, we'll talk about it.
The stage is now set for a historic swearing-in ceremony in Vijayawada's Gannavaram as Chandrababu Naidu and team will take oath to transform Andhra Pradesh. With Apurva Jayachandran in Vijayawada, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, let's shift focus now to Uttar Pradesh and Raebareli Amethi. After a resounding victory in Amethi and Raebareli, the Gandhi siblings were back in their family bastions for a special Thanksgiving. Rahul attacked the Prime Minister in his speech, hailed the Constitution. The Congress MP-elect said that after 2014, India saw politics of hate and violence under the Prime Minister Modi, adding that people of UP, especially Ayodhya, voted against divisive politics and arrogance. Rahul Gandhi defeated Uttar Pradesh's minister Dinesh Pratap Singh in the Raebareli constituency. The event to thank the voters is being held on the guest house premises of Raebareli.
2014 में हिंदुस्तान की राजनीति में एक बदलाव आया। पहली बार हमने देखा कि प्रधानमंत्री खुलकर हिंसा और नफरत की राजनीति कर रहे थे और ये हिंदुस्तान की संस्कृति और हिंदुस्तान के धर्मों के खिलाफ है। और मुझे बहुत गर्व है कि रास्ता रायबरेली, अमेठी और उत्तर प्रदेश ने दिखाया है। उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता ने नफरत के खिलाफ, हिंसा के खिलाफ, अहंकार के खिलाफ दबाकर वोट दिया है।
All right, latest news break coming in. Rahul Gandhi also showered praise on sister Priyanka. He says Priyanka would have won in Varanasi if Priyanka contested Varanasi. Prime Minister would have lost. A statement coming in from Rahul Gandhi. Many would suggest then what was stopping Priyanka Gandhi from fighting Varanasi. She did not do so. Rahul Gandhi said this in his election thanking rally where he's gone back to Raebareli to thank the voters. Aabhar rally is what it's called officially. But listen in to the comment that he made.
सिर्फ अयोध्या में नहीं, वाराणसी में जान बचा के निकले हैं प्रधानमंत्री। और मैं आपको कहता हूं और बहन से कह रहा हूं, अगर ये लड़ जाती वाराणसी में, अगर ये लड़ गई होती तो आज हिंदुस्तान के प्रधानमंत्री 2-3 लाख वोटों से वाराणसी का चुनाव हार जाते।
All right, Rahul Gandhi there saying what he did. Let's cut across to my colleague Samarth, who's joining us for more. Samarth, it's a little bizarre if you look at it somewhere down the line, because every opportunity that Priyanka Gandhi had, she could have easily fought an election. She chose not to bring it up now. It's, in hindsight, one can say anything and get away with it.
Preeti, you covered UP a lot. I saw you covering in this election dispatch as well. One thing was very common, that there was some hint that Priyanka Gandhi was asked about this thing, whether to fight from Varanasi or not. But what we got from sources at that particular time, she denied. And that's what Rahul Gandhi, in a way, raising this particular issue right here. And he's even saying that yes, if Priyanka would have fought from here, then she could have easily beaten Prime Minister of India by 1 or 2 lakhs. That's a bigger statement, because Ajay Rai also gave a tough fight to Prime Minister of India. We were not expecting this particular difference, at least in Varanasi. We reported in Varanasi and stayed there for long. But the difference came in, clearly showed that the vote was not distributed amongst the Samajwadi Party and the Congress, because no candidate came just like Shalini Yadav in the previous elections. This time it was the lone warrior, the Ajay Rai from SP and Congress as well. Though BSP did not make much things worse for the opposition and the BJP as well. So this statement makes this particular thing. And if you talk about this Thanksgiving thing from that happened today, it's just he's targeting UP, because the way he's thanked the people of UP and now in a way raising the voice from Raebareli and Amethi, it's a clear thing that they are not targeting the 2027 UP assembly elections.
All right, Samarth, appreciate you joining us, because, we was in midst of all of this. At one point of time, there were speculations, leave alone Varanasi, that Priyanka Gandhi could also fight Amethi. What had it? She chose not to. And Rahul Gandhi bringing up that today in a rally. Well, we leave it for our viewers to decide what they make of it. But Rahul Gandhi also said, remove Modi ka parivar. That's his appeal. The Prime Minister has tweeted through the election campaign. People across India added Modi ka parivar to their social media as a mark of affection towards me. I derived a lot of strength from it. The people of India have given the NDA a majority for the third consecutive time, a record of sorts, and have given us the mandate to keep working for the betterment of our country. With the message of all of us being one family having been effectively conveyed, I would once again thank the people of India and request that you may now remove Modi ka parivar from your social media status. The display name may change, but our bond as a parivar striving for India's progress remains strong and unbroken. These are the Prime Minister's words. If you've noticed, viewers, especially on social media, Twitter for one, you will see that most people who support the Prime Minister had added Modi ka parivar alongside their social media handle name.